This teaching discusses the process of change. If we change our beliefs, we can change our behaviors. Our beliefs become the catalyst for change. Our beliefs form the foundation for everything we think, say, or do. We are not necessarily consciously aware of our beliefs. Changing the day in which we observe Shabbat is not the root. Changing our beliefs about observing Shabbat is the root. Scientifically, beliefs are neural pathways formed in the brain like a well-traveled path in the forest. This concept is known as neuroplasticity. For example, emotional trauma creates deeply rooted pathways in our brain. Smells, sounds, phrases, and actions can act as triggers to help bring this pathway to the surface. Feelings associated with that trauma are experienced all over again. Neuroplasticity is characterized by forming new paths. When people learn something new, like a language, their brain creates new neural pathways. Riding a bike is another example. When you learn to ride a bike initially, it takes all of your concentration. Once you learn, you don't even think about it. The neural pathways have been formed through practice and repetition. Neuroplasticity is also characterized by strengthening connections. The more people practice a skill, the stronger those neural connections become, making the task easier over time. The more we ride a bike or practice a new language, the neural pathway becomes like a well-traveled pathway in the forest. It becomes second nature and automatic. Neuroplasticity is also characterized by reorganizing itself. After an injury, neuroplasticity allows the brain to reorganize and reroute pathways to recover lost function. Some areas of the brain may take over new tasks to compensate for the damaged ones. Emotional trauma, as well as new beliefs, can also be rerouted in the brain. It was awkward when I changed my observance of Shabbat from the first day to the seventh day. It didn't feel natural. The same was true when I switched from using the name Jesus to the name Yahusha. These feelings would cause doubts and anxiety. I thought, if it were truly the right thing to do, wouldn't it feel natural? My habit was to rest on Sunday and to use the name Jesus. These were solidified pathways in my mind that were automatic and my standard way of doing things. Changing these neural pathways did not feel natural because they were well-established habits in my life. I could not trust my feelings. As I was making these changes, I kept reminding myself of the truth. I would read Shemot 31:12-18 often regarding Shabbat observance on the seventh day. I would remind myself that Yahusha introduced himself to Shaul in the Hebrew tongue in Acts 26:15. Hebrew does not have a J sound. The truth overwhelmed my feelings and thoughts. It set me free from the deception that had literally taken root in my mind and heart. I have formed new neural pathways observing his Shabbat on the seventh day. It feels normal and natural to me now. I prefer using the name Yahusha. It is natural and no longer awkward. It is these newly formed beliefs that motivated me to develop this website and offer these teachings for free. They motivate me to write and rewrite studies in such a way so that others will understand the ways of our Father. I don't want to die, and I don't want other people to die. I believe with all of my heart that His words are true and that He will follow through on all of them. My feelings betrayed me. If I had given in to those feelings, I would have never changed my behaviors. These feelings were simply a reflection of the deep ruts carved in my mind. Once a car gets in these ruts, it's hard to create new ruts. Our car wants to follow the path that is well established. The same is true in our minds. I kept reminding myself of the truth until the new behaviors were normal and natural. This is how we change a habit. We consciously focus on the habit we want to change for 30 days. After doing the habit for 30 days, it begins to feel normal and natural. Sin is essentially a bad habit that needs to change. Learning to follow His ways is like learning to ride a bike or drive a car for the first time. It requires all of our focus and attention. Once we learn to ride the bike or drive a car, it becomes automatic. We don't have to place so much focus and concentration upon the new skill. The same is true in following our Father's ways. We place all of our focus upon the truth and ignore our thoughts and feelings that oppose His truth. We place all of our concentration upon the truth in His Word and subdue any desires to revert back to our old ways. This is how we change into His image and likeness. It takes strength, focus, perseverance, and persistence, just like changing habits. His Word helped me create new neural pathways in my mind and heart that cancel the negativity of trauma itself. Our Father wants us to be completely whole on the inside and the outside. If you would like to know the steps I took to overcome trauma, consider reading my blog post titled Overcoming Emotional Trauma. Please visit us at ourfathersway.com if you would like to learn more.